Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to JT's Vending Services LLC's YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. Excuse me, you can tell I'm tired. um, Hope you guys having a blessed day. This is the first day of the year, January 1st, 2026. Give God praise for me just having my health and strength and being here, seeing another year. Thank God for my family, friends, and loved ones, and just able to be here and give Him praise. So, this is our day devotional, first devotional of the year, and I wanted to kind of be impactful. So, my wife got me this 180 devotions for men, and it's entitled God Calls You to More. So we're reading out of this for the first time, first day of 2026. And it's, and my wife, she knows me, so she knows like one of my favorite things to talk about other than God and my family and my children, it's finances, it's money, how to handle it, what to do with it, and how to be a good steward of it. So our day devotional for January 1st, I think it's fitting. It's entitled, How Much is Enough? He who loves silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he who loves abundance with increase. This is also vanity. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 10. King Solomon wrote the book of Ecclesiastes, and he said all of this, there's nothing new under the sun, and if you live for the things on this earth, all of it is vanity and vexation of the spirit. You're essentially doomed for just following the things of this world. So it starts off saying, in the 1987 movie Wall Street, the character's name was Gordon Gekko, utters an quote in this movie called greed. Well, this is the quote, sorry. The quote line is greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is good. But the Bible would disagree. Greed, its teachings is a destructive force in the life of any man or woman, especially a man or woman of God. The Apostle Paul wrote that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, and that some of you have an insatiable desire, have gone astray from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. God is not against earning money, not at all. We serve the God of abundance, or even just accruing wealth, as long as you do it righteously. In fact, the Bible repeatedly encourages His people to work hard so that they may prosper. 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8 tells us any man that does not provide for those in his household has denied the faith of Jesus Christ and is worse than a non-believer or infidel, whichever version you're reading. It tells you that. Like, so you gotta, in order to provide, even in our modern times, even in ancient times, biblical times, they had to make a living. They had to provide. They had to buy food to feed their kids. This is not a new thing. So the Bible repeatedly encourages us, man, look, prosper, work hard, and thrive. That's what He wants us to do. But what God is passionately against is letting money the material aspect of the money, become your final goal, an idol that takes the place of your family and even God Himself. Money may be important, but relationships mean infinitely more. So approach your work with passion. Work hard to provide well for yourself and your family, but never lose sight of the fact that your ultimate satisfaction, your ultimate source of all good things, is your Heavenly Father. And I have a quote here by Steve Campbell. It says, "The problem with the rich young ruler wasn't that he had money." That's a story in the Bible. Is the problem was that the money had him, from Steve Campbell. So what I would urge you guys in 2026 is to put further thought into how important is money to you. Ask yourself that. Like, how important is any money to you? And just a kind of, I would say, like a practical application is like, do you make sure to spend time with God and family each day? Or does your work occupy most of your attention at home? Ask yourself these things, apply this to your life, and make sure that you're living in 2026 the way God has called you to live. Because focusing on, I gotta go to work, is one thing. But getting the money and not being a good steward of it, and then wasting it, and then saying, oh, I need to go to work, you're ruining your life. That the work, the job, none of it will be there to care for you. So make sure you're a good steward of your resources so that you won't have to stress out so much. But I will end our daily devotion on a simple prayer, and it's, Father, shield me from my worst temptations and tendencies. Show me how to balance my finances healthily and without obsession. You call me to so much more. Help me to realize my true potential. May God add a blessing to the hearers and the doers of His word. I love you guys. Hope you have a blessed New Year's Day. Again, try to put more focus this year on what I would call your 5 F's. That would be your faith, your family, your fitness, your finances, and your friendships. Those 5, focusing on those 5 and anything within those 5 categories will make you a more holistic person, more well-rounded person, and you won't stress out or spaz out so much when life happens. So that's just my little bit of advice for 2026. I've been doing it for the last few years, and it has worked because I spend more time with my family, spend more time with God, praying more, and just doing the things that He called me to do. It's hard, but like tonight, I was telling my wife, like, I was getting in that mood again. Like, I just start thinking about my daughter and start, my wife pointed out, oh, Grace would look like this if she was here, and this is how she would look if she grew up, and it just made me sad again. And I was sitting there going, well, I ain't got to do the devotional tonight. And I was like, well, I'll just play the game and just take my mind off of it. And I told my wife, I was like, no, that's the enemy. That's Satan telling me not to do it, just because he knows it's giving God time, and he'll do whatever he can to take us away from that. So I was like, nope, I'm just going to do the daily devotional. And I feel much better that I fought through that and I thought through it to still give God His time, because we're human. I'm human, and we get those moments where we just don't want to do nothing. And I've been doing that lately, and just trying to get, keep my spirits lifted and be here and be strong for my family during our time of mourning. So I love you guys. Please have a blessed New Year. Sorry to leave it on a down note. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the daily devotional from the last one of the year. I put in there some information if you're looking for a job, or if you have a child that's looking for a job, or you have a child that needs to go to daycare. Check out that last video of 2025, that last day devotional, and just call the numbers in the show notes if you need some help and guidance. I love you guys. Have a blessed night. Be safe. Au revoir. A bientôt. Allez prochaine.